Peace and blessings, family. Praise be to the Most High. Just out here, back in the forest, working on another milestone on this project. I'm gonna make a left up here at this first stop sign. Just sharing the experience, sharing the journey, and also how would you get here if you ever found yourself out here off-grid with Madina. It's interesting landscape. So this is a one car, one vehicle bridge. So cross with care. When you see this little rickety bridge, you know you're headed in the right direction. But we got a ways to go. We probably got about 4 more miles out here. Uh-oh, Mr. Squirrel. I hope you made it. You should have waited. So, just recapping my own progress and movements for the last few days. I touched down out here and got grounded, did some crystal mining at the local crystal spot that's actually free. I like to go to the ones that charge. Those are pretty cool, but it's cool to go to the free one too and explore and tap in and get grounded. So, man, I pulled up out here to the land and was doing a little bit of work, and one of my key goals is to get my first glamping tent deck build completed so that when I come and we come and the community pull up, you know, we able to start having decks that we can put our tents on. And we ain't got to be on the ground with the chiggers and the crickets and whatnot. And brings us up to, you know, a step up on the civilization scale, even though we out here off-grid with Madina. Working on this vortex village out here in Hot Springs in the Valley of the Vapors. The healing waters, the thermal waters. You know, free spring water. I got a spring out here on the land, little creek, all of that. But back to just my personal report. So I started getting my materials together, also identifying, spray painting the perimeter. You know, as we'll see, this purple paint is a no hunting, no trespassing paint. Just talking to the dude up in the hardware store, and he said he just found out when you got that paint up, you can shoot somebody if they're on your property and posing a threat. So stand your ground state. It's all good information, you know. We got to know our laws. It's hunting season, which I've probably said before, so I like to put my orange hat on, sometimes my orange vest when I'm roaming around. out on my land, shit, because I'm in the forest. And we all strapped out here, so, shit, I don't want nobody to mistake me for nothing. So I was working on gathering materials for the deck, and one of my neighbors popped up. We hadn't really met, so this brother popped up. We chit-chatted for a minute, real cool spirit. And then he introduced me to some of the other neighbors. So, everybody is pretty cool that I've met. They all the way off grid across this little roadway from me. And, I'm going to network and connect. And we're going to see how we can help each other out here. That's the spirit and the energy of collectivism. How can we help each other? How can we work together? So we already working on that. He already took me to somebody who's selling a camper for about $500. Where they do that at? I ain't even have to get on Facebook Marketplace. This brother popped up, and everything is always in divine order. So we're going to work together and help each other. Because as soon as I met the brother, he started connecting me with everything that I needed, or at least the first steps. So I met with my first contract. I wanted to get a price on for some driveway work. Because as you can see, we just hit the gravel road. So we're probably about a mile and a half away. This dirt road. So my driveway is washing away due to erosion. So I got a contractor estimate. He came in at about $5,000. I thought that was a good price. I thought he wasn't going to hit me too hard. But I talked to a second guy, and he was talking $3,500. He may not deliver the same level of services, but he working with a brother on a budget. I ain't even have to tell him I wanted a po' man special, but he knew what I was getting at. So, but then my neighbor across the street is an operator. So he said, if I get the equipment, we can work together and he'll get me straight. Plus, he's familiar with the area. He got experience in the trade. He just don't have the equipment. So if I get the equipment, we can work together and get it done. So, ain't God awesome? So it's just things like that. So instead of me waiting 3 weeks or a month on one of these contractors, I'm going to put together a plan with my neighbor, get this equipment, order some stone, get a dumpster, get all of that straight, and then go get this little $500 cabin, $500 trailer, RV, pull behind trailer, and it's a step up from a tent. I ain't gonna say it ain't all of that, but I don't think there's no mold in there, so it'll do for now, and I can create my own aesthetics if I don't like what it looked like. So this is just me sharing my thoughts and my visions. I'm out here putting this deck together by myself, which is great because I have to feel that experience by myself. That way I know what it is, and when I have an additional hand for help, that qualifies my capacity to supervise my help, because I know where exactly I need the help at. So I'm gonna put this first deck up, and my next 6 months speaking things into existence, especially since I see how the universe has opened up for me as you continue to take one step closer towards your goals. Your goals will take steps towards you, and the universe will align everything that's needed in the path. So I know as I continue to work forward, the universe will continue to deliver. So the next 6 months is like putting these decks up and getting prepared for the spring so that everything is suitable for the community when people want to plug in. So I'm pulling up. It's been a nice little trip, and now we're going to see how it is pulling into the driveway. You have reached your destination.